Good morning, everybody. Reba here. Welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead, or if it's evening, wherever you're watching, whatever time of day it is. Guten Tag, good day. So I wanted to show you guys like an update on the apricot trees today. So I came out here to do some early morning watering because I'm getting the kids off early in the morning for school, and it's the perfect time. This time of year, school gets me back on track, and I'm thinking every year is going to get a little bit better from here on out. I've gone years of, just healing and that sort of thing, and so my body's starting to get back on track finally with some things, and saying I'm allergic to other things, but hey, life goes on. So apricot trees, you guys, here is how they are looking now. You guys know that I started the season out with 2 that I had started from seed. I butchered one almost down to completely nothing. It just had like a little bit coming out from the one side. I had to cut that portion of the tree off because all of the new growth that had started to grow on that originally actually completely died off. And if you guys look back to my older videos earlier in the year, you would have seen me point out this one little tiny node that was getting ready to start growing, but the other part had started growing, and then it all wilted and all died away. So I cut that entire branch off and just prayed and hoped that that little node was going to grow. And you guys, that tiny little node back in January that was just like the size of a small little bug has grown over a yard. I haven't measured it, but it's almost a full little tree. It's taller than almost all the trees out here, besides some of the other ones that I have that I just recently picked up. But of the trees that I've grown from seed, it's the tallest. And I will come over here and I'll show you guys from another view how it looks on this side. So that's how it's looking. The new area that it grew from the node, you guys, is almost the same width as the trunk. It's pretty impressive. I'm very, very, very happy about this. I haven't done any pruning on it. Like I said, I was going to leave it alone this year. I'm not going to touch it at all. Even if there's growth that I don't care about, I'm leaving it completely alone and just letting it grow. So I'm just really excited about the growth, you guys. Really, really excited. And you guys, it looks like it has thorns. I could be wrong. No, I might be wrong. I noticed this right here, but it looks like a branch that started to grow and then just died off right there. So it's just a little part that died and didn't continue growing. So, I mean, it looks really cool, and I want to show you what it's done down here where I had cut it off originally, you guys. If you look back at my other videos, it got held up on the other apricot tree. Okay, so there was a whole section of the tree up in here, and this has completely swallowed it almost completely. You can see where I had cut the branch over here, right there. Let's see, right there. It's like just a little round part that's just barely sticking out. The tree will eventually completely swallow that whole section up, and it'll eventually, this is all going to work itself out right here. And this section right here is dead, of course, but this whole living part just completely engulfed and swallowed that whole section over there. So it's created a whole new piece right here. And you guys, it looks really good. This little part's dead. All right. There was a little twig right here coming out of this little spot right there. So I just was trying to break it off. So anyways, that's how it's looking. It looks pretty darn good. The growth of the tree actually kind of separated some of the bark that was surrounding the past limb right there, but I think it's going to be all right. I think eventually the that whole area down there is going to almost completely cover up where the original cuts had been, because you can almost barely see where the original central leader ever was. And this side branch that's coming out, that was what came over and out, that had the other branch on, that had the other nodes that had begun growing earlier in the season that I had to cut off because they were all dying. And so I had a feeling that whole branch was going, so I just trimmed back. And I can't even think about what it even looked like before now, because it's completely covered that entire area, and the tree's just completely just taken it back into itself and covered it up. So I'm just over the moon. Cannot be any more happy with the amount of growth that we got on it this year. And I mean, there's a chance that it could continue to grow for another month, of course, and well over a yard. So impressed. Apricot from seed, you guys. Apricots actually can get really, really big. So I will be pruning it, but I am not pruning it until next year, probably. I'll probably even let it grow a lot next year and prune it when it goes dormant next fall. So probably come November, December time, or I might even wait until the next season, like right before it opens dormancy. So maybe I'm wanting to say 2021, probably pruning it in the beginning of the year of 2021 is what I'm thinking, unless there's some absolute branches I just that are pointing in the downward position, and I can just go in and it's just like something super easy, and I may do something like that. But like overall, like major pruning, that's not going to occur until 2021 at least. So this is how it's looking, you guys. I just wanted to give you an update on this particular apricot tree and how it is looking. I am over the moon. So happy for it. And then here's the apricot tree that I had gotten from not Lowe's. I got it from Costco. This is the Gold Caught apricot. So happy about this. I got one apricot on it this year. And I think partly the reason why I only ended up with one is because it was indoors, bare root, and I brought it home. So it had been indoors, and then I brought it home and I put it outdoors, and then I potted it up into a pot, and then I turned around like a week after that, almost, so less than a month, about 2 weeks worth of just a lot of shock to the plant itself, probably was dug out of the ground or something even, to become bare root, which means its roots are trimmed. So there's that, and it's got to reestablish its roots the first year. So you're not really going to get a lot of fruit the first year anyways, because of the plant just being in shock, you guys. So then we had that giant winter storm back in February. And so, yeah, I got one apricot and I was so excited. So this next year I expect to get a lot more apricots. So I'm looking forward to that. But before we end the video, I wanted to share with you this right here, because it's kind of in the apricot family as well. I think peaches and nectarines are as well. But I'm just going to do this one and then one other, so I'll have to walk around to it. But this one right here is my European cherry plum, so technically it could go with the cherries. But this is how it's looking this year. And I've got a lot of branches that are really going up. I've got it pruned to a goblet shape, and I have quite a few branches down below. I could probably actually remove the 3 bottom branches and still have a good 4 nice upright branches, But I have decided, because I had pruned my other apricots so heavily, that I was just going to wait on this one and just let it grow and see how it looks. I'm probably definitely going to have to remove this branch because it's a little bit too much under this branch here. But the other ones are pretty well staggered pretty well and spaced kind of nicely so that each branch gets some sun. But that one branch right here is a little bit under this one. But if I come from the other side, you can see it almost, you know. If it would have grown this way, it would have been perfect. But hey, not everything's perfect. So everything's looking pretty good on it. I mean, I don't know if I think it's to the point where it's pretty much where it's going to be. I don't think I can like bend it to move it into a different position. So that's how that one is looking. All right. So I got this new bracelet and it's not wanting to cooperate. So I'm finding that now it's sliding around my wrist, and I don't know how I like cuffs, but it's pretty. We'll see. All right. So I wanted to bring you guys over here and show you one more thing that goes along with the apricots, since we're doing an update on the apricots. And that one apricot that I was telling you guys about that I had gotten, that I shared it with my husband. I ate one half of the apricot. He ate the other half. It was a very, very tasty apricot. It was rather small, but that's the way I like them. And after we ate it, I used the fingernail clippers and I chipped away the hard shell. And I got the seed that was inside the shell and I put it in the ground, and this is what grew. So self-pollinated by itself, you guys. And here's a baby goldcot from seed. And this is how it's looking. And so we're in September and it's about an inch tall. And I'm over the moon excited about this. This one will go into the greenhouse for the winter, and it should lose its leaves and just look like a little stick. But being in the greenhouse over winter will just kind of protect it from the frost, and so the small tissue won't get damaged so much. There's other items in my garden that I'll probably be moving into the greenhouse as well for the same reason, like my lemon verbenas and my roses of Sharon, because they're still kind of on the small side, I would say. But so excited, you guys. I just had to share an update with you guys on how the apricots are doing, and have been bringing you guys all along for this journey in the garden, and watching things just grow and get bigger. They're much like my children. They're growing up way too quick. But anyways, you guys, thanks for coming along with me this morning. I'm going to get to it now before the sun rises too high in the sky for me to get my watering done. But I wanted to just share with you guys this morning this beautiful growth that we have had, especially with the apricots this year. The goldcot didn't grow so much, just a little bit, so I'm really pleased with that. But I have a feeling it's on a dwarfing rootstock, which I'm completely okay with. So I will eventually probably keep my apricot trees about the same size. So the top half of the tree will probably go away on this one here, and then, you know, I'll prune accordingly. But again, like I said, not until 2021. I'm not really planning on doing any kind of pruning. I just want to see how the tree's going to grow and just give it a break. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, click the bell button. As always, you guys have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.